go in detail with all the cars, all the VWs, but just to show you where they're located and how they're positioned. Yeah, if you came here, you can see in the nostalgia, all the 1980 and 90 cars, VWs. It's pretty awesome. You really can't say that every bug looks the same, with the exception of that DKP club, I guess, because they're a club, so they have their VWs fixed up in a certain way, and they all kind of have the same look. But check out this Roadster has a VW engine in it. Cool, huh? And right here, this convertible Gia, this is freaking nice. Look at that. It sits really good. Look at that. They got the nice stance, big tires in the back, smaller tires in the front. That's the way I like it. Rake style and that hot rod look. Bigger tires in the back, smaller in the front. That's awesome. I'm gonna probably do that to the VWs, the ones that appeal to me. I'll get a little bit more detail in it, but isn't that nice? Look at that, sweet. And then this one right here is pretty cool. It's bagged. Gentleman came up to me and complimented my car, and then he said that this is mine. And we're talking about, yeah, when people do their Volkswagens and they bag it, and when they lower it all the way to the ground, if you don't do it right, that rear tire is so butterflied, and it looks funny. It looks good from the profile, but when you see it straight on, see right now, his doesn't butterfly that much. Either is mine, and mine's pretty low too. So we kind of agreed on that, and that's our overall impression, our take on when we lower the rear end. Don't like that butterfly look. Look at that. And it's chopped. That's sweet, huh? Oh, and this one right here, they got their, just to cover it up for some dust. I'll probably come back to this one later. Okay, now this is another nice one. Notchback. These are like one of the rare types of Volkswagens. Look at that. This is like sweet. Pretty nice stance too. Look at crazy, huh? Comment if you like the way I'm doing the video, turning the phone 1/4, the whole length of the vehicle. And this right here, I talked to the gentleman, he came up and commented my car, and he loves the color. And this is also painted raspberry, but in this area where he's in the shade, it looks a little darker, like a reddish, but it's actually a magenta peach color also.
Anyway, so that's how far back.
Here's the VW trans booth. There's Dan Ledbetter. He's the owner of it. Get in touch with you later, Patrick. I want to take a picture of you in your car.
Sounds good.
Okay?
It's a cool industry. Yeah, I'm glad it's still around.
And Shannon was here yesterday, signing posters. Unfortunately, she's not going to be here today, but posters were for free. Got a chance to meet her. If you don't know her or if you remember her back in the day, you can conversate with her. If you have any memorabilia, magazines that she was in, you could have got that autograph. But she welcomed anybody to come over. It was a good turnout. A lot of people waiting in line to meet her and see her again since back in the day. Okay, here's another iconic car coming. One of the cars that inspired me. Suicidal Tendency, owned by Paige Proctor. I love this theme, man. The suicides, just like, and the color. Look at that. Suicide doors. Man, I would love all the louvers. I would love to do suicides on bad res. And even the hood. Or actually for us, it's like the trunk area, but his is nice. Comes out forward. Instead of tilting, it just rotates kind of forward. Look at that. I'm gonna try to get the light out of the way. There you go. Yeah, and I've met this model. I'm trying to remember her name. But she used to hang out with Shannon Ray at the bikini contest. Is she hot? I wonder how she looks today. Actually, I ran into her and Shannon in this one club in San Jose, getting ready for a show in Fremont. And me and my friend went to a club. I can't remember the club name, but we were in there, and then I seen you two walk in, and I was telling my buddy, saying, "Hey, I know that girl." He goes, "No, you don't." I go, "Yeah, that's Shannon Ray." So I walked up there, say, "Hey, aren't you Shannon Ray?" And she goes, "Yeah." He goes, "How do you know me?" I go, You're a bikini contest winner at all the Volkswagen shows." "Yeah." So they were there just having a good time, and they were actually going to the show also for the bikini contest. So small world, huh? Meeting someone like that in some club. Yeah, that was one of my stories that I told a lot of people. Because I told her I met her from Bakersfield, and she remembered that day. Because my good friend Lori, that lives in Salinas, was also a bikini contest winner, and she hung out with Shannon. So I asked her to, Lori Lopez is her name, asked her to introduce me to Shannon, and that's when I first met her in '85 at the Bakersfield car show, VW show. So that's Paige Proctor's. And this buggy right over there is pretty nice. I love the color and the graphic scenes. Doug's Bug. Plural, Doug's Bugs. Isn't that pretty cool? There's a few of these VWs that I haven't seen at all, meaning in a magazine or in person, especially magazine, because you usually see them all. But majority of them I've seen in the magazines, and probably 50% I've seen in person. Look at this split window, and even a rag top. Look at those heart tail lights. Man, they had to jack that thing way up in the air. Look at that. Move it back up. Okay, so this is Bill T's 2 VWs that he owns. The Chop Red been featured. And that's Patty Bosse. I met her at the it was a 91 VW Jamboree. She was one of the bikini contest winners. And I don't know who that model is. But here's the icon right here. Future Shock. I got a chance to meet the actual owner and builder. He came yesterday with his wife, Steve and Terry. This car I just like drooled over. I saw it in Bakersfield back in '85. That's when Shannon was signing her posters there, how I met her from Lori. That's crazy. Let me back up and get a profile. And one thing I didn't know, that they informed me that Steve, the guy that did the graphics, he came up with this scheme according to his friend, because Steve couldn't remember, but detailed that I guess PG&E had some type of graphic on the side of their logo on their vehicles, and that's how he came up with the idea of these graphic schemes. And the other thing is the door panels. I didn't know this, but he airbrushed that. I don't understand, which is like, wow, that's pretty cool. He airbrushed that, and I don't think I've ever seen anybody do it, and he's the first one. Hope I got that good to get it close up. But look at the dash. That steering wheel, Steve, the owner, made that for him just to get it ready for the show. And Bill had to last minute, the day before, put that on. Future Shock. Got the mirror right there, just like underneath my deck lid and my bug. It's actually a sheet metal polished. And then right here they have video running of the making of it and some other things, just to show off the vehicle, the Future Shocks. Suicide doors. Love had to do that. Yeah, this guy's pretty cool. Silver is his name. I think he's from the San Pedro area. Okay. Whoever's viewing this, I don't know what type of VWs you like, or if you're even if you are a VW enthusiast, VW lover. But there's a lot to choose from. Look at this rail dragster, Volkswagen engine with blower. Crazy, huh? I gotta get the whole length. Let me see if I can get it in there. There you go. What do you think? Crazy, huh? I wonder what times he runs. If I get a chance to see the owner, I'll see if ask him what times he run with this thing. You got to run at least 7, 8, or 9s maybe. And some more drag bugs. Yeah, and we're coming up to another kind of a famous Well, the bug's not famous, but it's ZZ Top's bug. I remember seeing this feature in VW Trends. Let me get a profile shot. Look at that. Let me get that light out of the way. Yeah, I have this issue. And this right here, it's a pretty color. I wouldn't mind if I had another choice. Something like this would probably be on my list, that color. I guess it would be like a rose color, I believe. Okay, and this is a friend that I met. Didn't get a chance to meet them back in the day when they did the California camera. I think it was in '85. And the bug around, I got a chance to see this Jack's car. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but I'm going to ask him today. But really cool guy, and even the father. And he has the same concept, understanding, meaning that I like, is the bigger tires in the back and smaller in the front for that hot rod look. But I like that graphic scheme. I like a heartbeat going. It's blue and like magenta pink color. Really cool guy, man, if you get a chance to meet him. And they're the original Bakersfield boys. He's the one that so you see that shirt right there? That's the actual, what it looks like underneath Future Shock. That's Future Shock, then that's Jack's car, and then Chris Addington's blue Gia before it was Rodbuster. That's what they used to sport, the Bakersfield boys. And then here's another friend of mine that I met at the car show days. But when we used to show against each other, Patrick Frill, he had the M&M green bug. So he's no longer owns that. He has this bug that he races. And I think he was mentioning he was running like 1090s. So he's breaking the 11-second barrier. That's pretty fast for a VW, man. I believe this is a 56. Patrick Frill, Burlingame. Yeah, see, I thought it was right. 56. Yeah. So that's his ride. If anybody's wondering if I missed that one, the first style over, I'll probably go back to it after I get this one done. Pepto. Haven't seen this in a long time. Square back. Okay, here's another notch back. See, this is one of the early style type Carmigias. The early years has a different body style than the normal later year Carmigia. Type 34 Carnegie. Rare bodies. And we're coming to a completely stock split window. Nickname, they call it Splitties. Get this. Another drag bug. Everybody displaying their trophies, the awards. Coming to another dragster, mini style. So you notice that the rail is not as long as the other one I showed you. Right there, and the other one on the other side. You got a drag, Carnegie. And then this right here is the Berg's racing car. They were well known for the VW racing. Gene Berg, Gary Berg. I think the son drives this. But that's it. And here's another style, buggy. That's pretty nice. Get a profile. See, got the wheelie bars in the back. Let me see if I can get a whole profile of this. There you go. Carmageddon. Let me get a profile of this one. That looks pretty nice. That big old tires in the back. Curious what times he runs. Yeah, I'll come back to that. That is a huge bug. I don't know how they got the body moldings to make that work, man. But I saw it drive in. I'll come back to that. So now we got a convertible bug. And this is one car club in the SoCal area, the original German folks. And if you look at their vehicles, they have a certain style when they build it. And I'll let you guys monitor that with your own opinion. The original German folks. Sir Califas. Yeah, I guess the rest of the car club members, they park their vehicles outside. So I guess they chose the best four. I don't know whose choice was that on them. Now we're coming to another two iconic cars, which was the generation before me. This was the mid-'80s. Okay. Scallop paint jobs. And back then, that was kind of a thing for people that were into scallops. This one's Aaron's Ride. They did a feature Hot VW's photo, and they brought back the original bikini model. That's not her, that's Tamara Carrera. The other one is Heather Kennedy. But there's a YouTube video on that photo shoot that Hot VW's did with the photo shoot for both these bugs. And this one right here is Bob's. And then this was the cover shot right here. Heather Kennedy. I met her back in 89, I believe, 90, at the VW Jamboree. So, two different colors, but they got the scallops going on. Let me get a profile shot. And try to get the glare out of there. There we go. A little better. Well, I'll move a little bit so you can get certain angles without the glare. Okay, right here. Here's another buggy. Other than that pink one, I like this one right here. I like the color scheme. I like the graphic theme. Profile shot. I have those two right there. I have the gas and the oil, but I elected not to bring them for my display. And I did something like this right here. I had the gray carpet in the middle, but on mine, on the corners, see how his is just a straight cut? I had angles on my little angle, so it was like this, and then I had the raspberry carpet as the perimeter. Okay, and here's another wild one right here.
That's what he said. You had to like drive and
this is pretty cool.
And now you're going San Diego today?
Yeah, tomorrow. We do the PGA at golf event, so we have to underneath the trailers at the park. There's a PGA event. And we got to move all those carts up to Scottsdale for next week. So they take 180 days.
Do thing. Let me get that light out of the way. The other light. Okay, that's pretty good right there, so you can read it. Okay, and this is Tori Alonso's VW here. I guess he bought it. Bad Temper 2. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a picture with him with this ride. He had to leave back home today. He got a early flight this morning. And this is a Hebmuller. It looks like a bug, but if you notice, the back end is different. Another rare, just like that type 34 Carmagia. See how you notice the body style? And the deck lid in the back is built way different. But still same concept, the engine's in the back. We get the shadow out of the way, the light. Let me see. I think that's good right there. Allison Guerrera, Anaheim. Okay, we're coming up to this huge bug. I gotta talk to the owner. Look how big that is, man. I only come up to the windows. That's how freaking big this thing is. I do not know how they body molded this. Look how big those fenders are. I probably stand it up. It's probably taller than me. Carmen Colossal. Crazy, huh? Let me get a profile of this. I have to back up real far. Get this in there. Look at that. You should have seen this thing driving in. It's like a huge, man.
That's cool. Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
king size candy bars. We have a regular candy bar. We got the king size bars in the box.
It's crazy, crazy. Look how big that deck lid, man. It's huge, man. Freaking huge. Huge bug. I just saw it in the magazine, but I had no idea it's going to be that freaking big. It's a nice color. But that's crazy how the huge bug. Okay, yeah, dune buggy style. Okay, this is a transporter. That's what I got to do for the indoor show. Is I got to get illuminating lights. Look at that. See, isn't that how it's nice as it illuminates the engine and the color kind of scheme that the color of the vehicle. Okay, now here's a bus. This is sweet. This thing is hella clean. I went up to this guy. I had to give him my props, man, because this freaking is nice. Clean, man. I gotta get a profile so you guys see it. Look at all those freaking pop outs. Man, it's probably expensive to build this. And if you were to sell this, you just gotta imagine how much this would go for, man. Look at that. I like that tire setup. Bigger in the back, in the rear, and smaller in the front. But this thing is sweet, man. Yeah, I gave my props to the gentleman, man. So this was February 21. Let's get my shoes out of the way. There you go. Try to get the glare out of the way. 23 window barn door. Sweet. And this right here, I've seen this on YouTube, seen this in the magazine, but not in person. Finally got a chance to see it in person. Crazy, crazy. And look at this thing. And probably most of you are gonna say, "Oh, how cute!" For all you women.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
Yeah. Yeah. Little theme going on.
Oh, okay.
I noticed all these trucks coming in. Cars.
There's carts all over. Where are they all coming from?
Shannon transporter, I believe. Yeah, this one has a rag top. This one looks pretty tight. So for those who are wondering why I missed that kind of the first row, but on the left side, I'm going to come back to it, heading back to Bad Raz. And a couple of booths has souvenirs. MP booth is over here, and also Bill T's Vegas Let's Talk to Dub podcast table, where he does his podcast talking with some of the iconic people in the VW industry and talking about specific things. So that's where you're right there, where he does his podcast. And here's MP, the actual sponsor of those posters for Shannon to sign for all you VW enthusiasts that want to get a free poster signed by her. So this is MP.
Speed record. Hey, the weather's they're leaky, their flow's not right. What can you do? And Jeff went
And now we're coming up to the Hot VW's booth.
I remember.
Okay, I'm gonna head back and row I missed, and go right straight back to. There's the pink lady. Excuse me. There we go. Yeah, I gotta show you this one other. This is one of the, I believe this is this new generation VW. This gentleman that fixed and talked to the gentleman, really nice guy. But this Roadster.
Hey. Yes, of course.
Am I in your way? No, I guess not.
No.
Okay, right here.
Buildings too.
This thing's sweet. Look at that. Look at that transmission. Is that crazy? Mind-blowing customs. Rob Freeman, Golden, Colorado, 56 bucks. He chopped an oval window, unless he installed that oval window. Look at that, suicide doors. I love that. Isn't that, look at that, look at that, the way it's sweet. I wish it would have sat a little bit more in the front. But I would love to do that to mine. Suicide. Look at that engine. Now, how can you sit back there without that being so loud in your ears, man? Yeah, so I'm here early. I got here at 8:30, so I can get in here early so I can film this. And as you notice, it's not loud in here. It doesn't have a lot of people in here. It's only for the vendors and the people that actually are in the show. So the public doesn't come in until 10. So I'm in here early. Here's another nice gear right here. This thing's sweet. 59 years. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? Get a profile shot of that. Yeah. Almost forgot this row. You got the profile shot. And then this one, Raspberry. Never seen it in person, first time. I believe this was another generation before me. Look at that engine. Raspberry. Nice theme, Raspberry. Because it's a rag top and it's a berry color. Yeah. Let me get a profile shot. Another iconic car. Not as elite. That Raspberry is not as elite as Future Shock. Future Shock was one of the elite VWs that were built. It's like totally insane. The workmanship on that thing. But there's another one during that era also. It was called Shockwave. It was Type 3 squareback. So we got a sand rail right here. Look how big all those muddy tires are, man. Boom. Okay, so we just come back on the catch that first aisle on the left, and I think I covered all of them for you followers and future followers. But trying to entertain you guys. I don't know if my narrating is okay or not, but I don't know if my voice is monotone, but I'm just trying to actually just inform you guys, just showing you what here at the show. And for those that couldn't make it, you got at least you got to see who was here and where they're set up. That was a great show. Next stop. This is probably never going to happen ever again. You know, Volkswagens here at a Grand National Roadster show, which what I found out was an extension to the Oakland Roadster show. They just changed the name and they relocated the show. It used to be in Oakland, California, where the Wars used to play. Now this right here, I love this color and this scheme. Look at that. I want to get a profile. Look at that helmet. This thing is sweet. I like that, man. Look at that engine. Isn't that crazy? Doug's bugs. So let me see if I can get the glare out of the way. Yeah, I think that's good right there. So you guys can see whose bug that is. Okay, we got another rare one right here, man. '43 bug. Semaphores. And from what that guy was telling me, back then when he built these were not normal brakes or cable brakes. There's cables that actually run the brakes. I was like, well, I didn't know that. I mean, I know history of Volkswagen, but I did not know that part. Crazy, huh? Another sand rail type. Now here's something pretty different. Let me get a profile shot of that. So I think I covered every aisle after I finished this one. Isn't that pretty crazy? Let's look at this wild engine. Yeah. Crazy. Look at those pipes, man. And you got this. Too cool. Look at this engine. Isn't that crazy? Crazy, crazy, crazy. How's it going, Shin? Hi, Shin. How you doing?
So you guys were there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad Raz,
Yeah.
that's mine.
I'll be there.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay. This is Mike.
Somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, Shin from the owner of Hot VWs is getting ready to do a photo shot of this VW and the owner. So we're heading back to Bad Raz. So now you have an idea of how the layout and there's 104 VWs inside here, and then the back of the building and then the side to my right there'll be another row of VWs parked out there. There's a lot I videotaped that, so I'll upload that so you guys can take a look at it. But here's a convertible chopped VW. Crazy, huh? Crazy, crazy, crazy. As you can see, man, everybody kind of has their own personal touch to their VWs back in the 80s and 90s. And you know, it's all different colors, man. That's one thing I like about those days. And then showing was fun, hella fun. Showing those times, during those times. I did the very last Baylands Raceway in Fremont, California, where they had the racetrack, and everybody liked that, loved that racetrack, because the racetrack was facing towards where, if it was windy, there would be flowing